start streaming. And we should be live. That was long time no see. And it's a new setup, a new quarter. Let me also play some music for me for downloads right over there. Zelda and Chill. QuickTime Player. And there we go. It's the same music you get to hear. And we want to loop it. Loop is check. Phew, that's where are we at? Oh, let's put the YouTube over here. Have a look at the live stream. We are already 4 people. Marco and Tylik and AJ. Hey, good morning. What's up, Martin? And sup, bro? Hey, what's up, guys? Good to see you. Let me pop out the chat so we have a better... How's the lighting for you? Okay, I think this should work. Great. Let's copy the link and that Instagram note too. Link, web link, post. Oh yeah, you cannot, one sec. Just going here. Paste. Copy. Paste and post. That's it. Armstrong. Hello, Martin. How are you with the coronavirus? I'm good. We're good. We're a little bit concerned about Toki, trying to keep him away from everything that's risky. But we're doing fine. Thanks. How are you? How's everybody? I hope that joke wasn't too sentimental. Was not too much. India's on lockdown till 15th of April and might extend. Oh yeah, I'm sure it will extend too. America's uprising in cases, top #1. Rising in deaths per day too. There's a perfect website to actually check on every day's status, and right now it should be reset. So we don't have the data from today yet, but if you look at total cases, the United States just earned place #1, and is place #1 by far. If you compare to yesterday, then you get a kind of a feeling of where we are at. So if you look at it, USA has 18,000 new cases per day, one day. And then comes Spain, then Germany, and then Italy. Italy has the highest deaths, right? And then comes Spain, but then comes USA with 400. This is a new high. This was yesterday, and the cases are like all over to the roof and beyond. So I'm not sure about India because I don't see it that far up for cases, but better better prevent stuff than actually fix stuff, right? Prevention over you get what I mean. How is China recovering so well? Oh, China is actually recovering really good, right? I don't know, I have just a feeling or like half-ass knowledge that they are just pretty good in their luck. Like everyone is literally at home and staying home, and also the government is like pretty strict. Like you probably don't dare to do anything against whatever they say. So if they say stay home, you probably don't even go out for food, for the essentials. So, and that really helps to not spread the virus, which gave us a little bit of hope in the beginning, me at least, to think about, oh, if China, right, with 1 point how many, 4 billion people already are declining in deaths and cases, maybe they have met or reached their climax, and we will come over, or we will meet that too pretty fast and then decline. But that does not factor in how the culture is and how the government is, right? This is completely different for the States and completely different for the rest of the world, because in the States everybody's still like, kind of, you feel okay, people are less, there are not that many on the streets, and they kind of, you see here and there people who are in gloves or with masks, but I think the general understanding still is, I don't really care all that much. And at the same time, like with going out and doing stuff, example spring break or whatnot. But yeah, China has 24,000 cases recovered. Where do we go? Recovered, 24,000 cases recovered. That's awesome. That's really good. That's really good. Yeah, I'm not an expert. I don't know whether it's whether you actually recover even better if it's treated really early, right? Man, I want this coronavirus epidemic nightmare to be over. China should not bother those bats. It's not. Yeah, I hope you're joking, right? Because it's not really that. Okay, so that's a website I'm checking every day because I'm just curious about numbers. In general, I think it's smart to be informed. But back to the project. We are right now running. We're doing our running workout screen. So we have time review, and we have the loading bar, sort of. We got this. If we run that, is it running somewhere already? No. Let's see if it runs with the new Xcode and Swift version with no issues. And I have one more thing for the story. Post. Look at this. This looks different, doesn't it? All right, here. Oh, smaller, like that. Have you used Figma for your blueprint projects? No, I haven't. India is hiding their numbers. I see. Okay, I don't know about that. Interesting. Are we going to be able to watch the whole live stream later? Soriano Tech. Yes, I have a live stream playlist. So every live stream I do with projects, I would put into a playlist for everybody to watch afterwards at some point, like the whole development of an app or website, whatever we are going to do. So if you go to playlist, you will see startup idea and then whatever project we're working on. Previously, I have built my website completely from beginning to the end, from design to deployment. It's all in this playlist. 16 live streams. Startup idea iOS fitness app is the current live stream, and we are already having 19 live streams building that app, and every live stream will in the end land in this playlist. And once we finish the app, we're going to create a new playlist with a new app project, and it's always gonna be like that. Yeah, you're welcome. You're very welcome. Okay, I also have to change my banner here for at some point to make it more simple. Maybe similar to Kvil or Will Kwan. I like this guy. Pretty simple, and I like his approach of projects. If you look at how he does things, I recommend checking him out. Whew. So the last state is we have a workout where we do push-ups for 5 seconds. That's all we need. Safe. Push-ups, 5 seconds. And then we start. 4, 3, 2, 1, done. And here, okay, now comes the tricky part. Jomatek. Oh yeah, I would watch him, and also Tech Lead, both of them. But then recently, I'm not too sure about after they did this kind of nasty thing with Skillshare. No, not Skillshare. Algo Expert. That they would. I don't like when people are not just kind and genuine. They did something shady and really it goes in. I like the sarcasm and whatnot, but it really shows a little bit of their core, and I don't like this kind of part of their character. Still, I would sometimes watch. I mean, Jomatek has some funny videos, I would say. I'm not subscribed to him though because of that. And TechLead, I would be subscribed. I'm not sure I still am. I don't think so. Here and there I would still watch some of his videos if they are informative, but also then, yeah, just keeping distance to people that have traits I don't really appreciate or want to support. Do we have, where are we at? So projects, the fitness app. Whoa, we didn't even commit after last time. Uh-oh. So what did we do? I think that is the running workout for view controller. All right. Great. So what we want to do is, we want to have a pause and stop, right? Stop. Let's do the stop button. It really has place down here. Are we supporting iOS iPhone 5? Let me see. Info. Wait a second. Basics here. Where are we at? Why am I not seeing the right thing? iOS 12. So iPhone 5 is supported. Programming in anime. Yeah, that was a good one. Also the short sketch where he would say, I have no idea what I'm doing. Great. So relatable. I mean, you can understand. Not relatable, because I always know what I'm doing. And if not, I'm learning it. Jake the programmer, hey, welcome. What's up? How's aren't you working on a new side project now? I also received one update after another for your Vana app that I have tried but didn't use yet. Like I went through I'm not sure whether it was the introduction view or actually the example where you create an example habit or something. And I must say the first thing that threw me off was I didn't quite understand what I'm doing or what it is for. In the end, after everything was done, I was just going through and I didn't know what I was doing. And in the end, and also I didn't quite remember, at some point you would explain something, what it means, and then in the end you would use that, something like Q or something, right? And then I would not quite, it's difficult to explain as a feedback, but I would not quite know at any point in time what is asked from me or what am I supposed to put in as an information, and also for what reason, like what is it used for. It wasn't quite clear to me, and in the end when I was going through it, I created something, and then I would understand, okay, in retrospect, in when I was looking at what was created and how it is structured, that I think it's kind of your habit you want to break and what is basically triggering that bad habit you want to break and what you want to do instead from what you originally did. Like bad habit, for example, watching YouTube right when you come home, and then your cue is coming home, and then instead of watching Netflix right away, you would want to do something else, and that is the thing that you're aiming for, if I'm right. I'm not quite sure, but it wasn't quite clear to me in the beginning. That's one of the best motivation video ever, lol. Right, okay. Back to iPhone 5s. Where are we at? Because I wanted to see how it performs or looks at the small screen. I feel like we haven't been coding live for a week. At home workout, save. Whoa! Okay. This is unacceptable. Let's go. We have our workout cell. And then our... Oh, this is actually labeled with postfix. And the time color. Why would it say... Oh, because it's labeled in postfix. Okay, okay. I would say this one. Why am I not seeing the size of it? You know? Where am I defining the size? The font. There it is. Bold system font, postfix size. Oh, we define it to be 16. And label size like that. Okay. What if we just say... Because I could say adjust font size to fit width, but then this would be smaller than this one. And I'm just thinking of, for this case, just, not for this case, but because of this one, just making it smaller overall and see if that is enough, and then that will work for all the screens. I feel like this would be a more consistent solution. Yeah, I know what you are trying to say. It's definitely something I need to work on, and you definitely aren't the first one to mention that, Jake, the programmer. Oh, that's good. I think I would have issues making it simple as well, because it's not. It's a somewhat it's not complex, but it has lots of dependencies, and you want to kind of explain it in a simple manner. So yeah. It would also take a lot of time for me to kind of create something that, I mean, simplicity is hard work, that feels like it's simple, and in the end it's a very complex system that you basically made simple to use. Talking about the Vana app. So this one fits in, but I feel like it's breaking out still because we have probably this spacing as a limit, right? Give me the other one. How's it here? Look, this one, let's have a look. Yeah, there's plenty of space. All right. I mean, I think we're not having really a choice here. Because this is the space that we want on the right side too. And if we add home workout long name, this will be smaller already. We see where it actually ends, right there. Oh, holy, this will mean that this will shrink to that. Why is that? Why would this one have so little space? I feel almost like minutes has more space. No, it's equal. I'm actually starting a new project, LZ, CTRL, and AR. I am going to be working on together. Oh, that LZ, CTRL, and I. Oh, who is that? Is that someone on Instagram? I think I would see something. That's why I brought it up that you're working on a new project, which I felt like there was something. I almost finished watching Swift tutorials for beginners from Code with Chris. Oh, that's awesome. He's a cool guy. What's the project about, Jake the programmer? Yeah, explain yourself. The project is essentially a social network app for developers that allows people to try and connect and make projects together. Hey, are you Jake the programmer or any one of you on Reddit? Reddit/app ideas subreddit? Because I feel like if you want to just spread or get app ideas, this could be a good place or source. Adrian live, yes, hey, you made it. Welcome, good to see you. All right, pretty bright light. I wonder if I should put the camera at some point up here. But back to the actual issue. So that doesn't solve it. And that would just mean I will have to say postfix label, adjust font size to fit width. Yes, true. And let's see how it looks like. Whoa, that's not what it should be. Light dimmed color. This is actually. What if it doesn't have? It has a trailing. To the trailing. So that whole thing is used here, which is exercise label. So if we set up title label. Oh, there we go. Exercise label top leading. Oh, wait a second. What is that? We have a container. Add subview, and then we have it horizontally. And then we would align it like that. Leading, okay. But that would also mean we need trailing. For the container. Why did I do the container in the first place? If we have... Why would I have container in the first place? I wonder. Because exercise label, I feel like this is an... Look, add arrange subview container. No. Time label, exercise label is in a container. The container is in a stack view. Because the title is also in stack view, so that's the stack view. That's why we use the container. The container has that would mean we don't need we do need leading, but we need the width to be half of it. So time label with anchor constraint equal to the containers with anchor half of it. And same. By the way, we're watching right now, Susie and I, we're watching right now the circle. It looks trashy. If you...
It is trashy.
What?
It is trashy.
It is. She says it is trashy. I feel like it looks more trashy just from the cover and from the trailer and whatnot than it is. Maybe it's still trashy, but not as much as you would think in the beginning, because in the beginning you would think, oh, this cannot be that engaging or interesting, but actually I think there was not one episode where we didn't laugh. So I can recommend if you're bored and quarantined. So let's see, we have the width. Now we should have leading, width is half, and now should also the adjust width should work. Home workout, let's see. Oh boy, it does work. Does it though? Because this one needs an I feel like the iPhone 5 gives us trouble, but I still want to support that. Are you self-taught as developer or you have CS degree? I'm self-taught, no CS degree. Yes, he's on Instagram. He's pretty big in the community app. I think he has something like 18k followers. Oh, that's awesome. I don't know whether I came across his profile before. LZ CTRL. That's cool. He does iOS programming too. I think a little bit a ring. I have a bell ringing in the back of my head seeing his picture. So I don't quite want to. Okay, we can remove this one. I don't quite want to give the title label this one. Wait a second. This is true. Where are we at? Oh yeah, we are at this one. So I don't quite want to give the label a font size with. Also, didn't we adjust ints? No, we didn't. So how do we want to go about it? Because the label has top and leading and bottom and has no end, so to say. And then the postfix has leading, but this one has an end. So this is quite kind of like, hey, I get my space, you have to adjust, sort of. What we could do probably is so this is an own container itself. This is a UI view. This is basically a container in itself. I don't want this one to get smaller too. How does it look like over here? It's already so small. It's so large, so huge here. What if it says, what if this one, I feel so like overcomplicating things. Thoughts on coding boot camps? I'm not quite, I don't think I have never been to a coding boot camp, but since I teach myself iOS development and server-side Swift development, and I basically can develop or feel confident developing everything at this point, I don't see, and it's all based on free resources. I never bought a book, I never bought a course to teach me what I know now. I don't feel like there's a need for boot camps because of that. And I'm coming from a background where I don't really have strong at all coding skills, or I don't have anybody who taught me that, or right. So just say dedication. It came down to dedication. If this one gets 30% and this one gets 60%, we could do that too for that one. That will basically say with anchor 1/3, right? And the postfix basically gets with anchor 2/3. And now that we have that, we could say, yeah, label adjust, and then also you adjust. What did we do? Did we do something else somewhere? I felt like it. What is this? This is time label. All right, we said 1/2 and 1/2, so it's really the middle of it, which it should. Okay, let's see. I feel like they're super close to each other now. There's a little bit of spacing. The spacing is missing over there. Also, I wonder why this spacing is so little. Let's see, if we say time label background equal to yellow, and then we say exercise label background equal to blue, just to see how the views are laid out and if it's breaking anything. Why is blue so... What? This is blue? Okay, this is super irritating. Let's go. Workout. Okay, there we go. So, I wonder... Why is this gap there? Oh yeah, because there needs to be a space in between. And therefore, that's why it's breaking out, because we have here 15. So we want the... Can we... I wonder if we can say 15. If that's... I don't know what this constant is used for. Is it adding, subtracting? You know? That looks exactly the way I aimed it to be. So we are basically aligned here and there, and yes, this one is smaller as like this one, and now even the 0 is smaller than this one. Oh yeah, because this whole thing is smaller than, and minutes indeed has more. So let's just say 7.5. Basically having here constant, so both are sharing the space in between of them, right? So we have half of it, and then minus 7.5, and then we have half of this one, minus 7.5, and then 15 from the left. This should now equal to somewhat of the same width. I want to learn Node.js. Any particular resource you would recommend? I would say just the official site is enough. Oh, maybe even a YouTube video. There are plenty of YouTube videos. There's even one that explains Node.js in 1 hour, and I was skimming through it in like, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, and just got the gist of it. But on YouTube, I would just say go there and search for it. You will find enough free resources to really set up a project, get it running and working. So that looks nice. Look at this. This works for me. So that fixes it for the iPhone 5. There we go. See, this one is smaller than this one, but it's 5. I mean, this is what the iPhone 5 users have to sacrifice so in order they can use the app. You just have to get an iPhone 11. No, basically iPhone 6 will already solve it. I'm sure it has already enough spacing for that. Okay, we can live with that, can we? Oh, one sec. What about the... This is label of postfix. Did we do anything in here? Look, we did also something in here. Oh yeah, right, we said like... that's the thing. We said something like 1/3 and 2/3, which was required. And we actually therefore don't really need the trailing, because that is implicitly given. So there we go. We have this little spacing in between. Great. Okay, now that this is solved, back to 11. Let's just say running workout screen, workout progress, countdown and bar. Edit. Okay. So what I want to do at some point is, since we can edit and delete from here, I don't want you to always have to go in here and then tap start down there. I want a quick start that you are here and you can just swipe to the right and quick start the workout right away from there. I think that's a good addition. Small secret shortcut. Push-ups of 10 seconds, done, save. Okay, so what I want to do is, let's go to our running workout VC. Once it's done, right, we want to trigger, what do we have here? Kickoff workout, exactly. So we have current exercise view. With the progress bar and the countdown and so on. I wonder why we see a small delay in the seconds, because we're kicking it off, right? And we're basically saying we're passing, if it's 0, we're setting the seconds to this countdown label after 1 second has passed, but also we have already, it's the exercise countdown label there. We're also doing that here in the beginning of it, but it's not displayed for some reason. So what I want to do is, once the seconds are over, what we want to do is call delegate function to let it know exercise is over. This is the comment that is actually a to-do. Your font is too tiny for my little screen. Oh no, really? Oh, sorry, I didn't set it to stream actually. There you go, you should be good now. I actually have a screen settings. Okay. So what we want to do is, we want to write a delegate, a protocol. We have protocol current exercise. So let's create a new group and call it protocol. Oh, God damn it. protocol, and then say current exercise delegate, current exercise view, current exercise delegate. Yes. Okay, so protocol current exercise delegate, and then it's like exercise finished. So what I'm doing is I'm defining a protocol that has a function that is required to be implemented by someone that is conforming to this protocol, and by that I know that whoever is conforming to this protocol, I can call this function because it's implemented and taken care of. So exercise finished. What I can do now is I can go back here. Let's see. I can make this a requirement in the current exercise view. Right here, we will have a delegate. I wonder now, should I have, if I say current exercise view, if I initiate it the first time, I'm doing that here, right? There we go. I don't have self yet. So that means when I set it up, I use self. So that means I have a public delegate of type current exercise delegate, which is optional. That's my, and that's also weak because we don't want to have a retain cycle. Since this class will be held by this class, and this class will pass itself to this one, we will have a I hold you, you hold me. One of us have to hold each other weak, so the memory will be released at some point. And then also because that error must not be applied to non-class bound protocol, this is solved by conforming or inheriting from class. So that allows us to have this variable to be weak. That will solve this error. And what we can do now is down here, exactly. So we're going to set everything to 0, and then we're going to say let delegate, making sure delegate is given, else if not, we want to say, whoops, pretty big X. So we see in the console, hey, we forgot to assign the delegate to actually get information from the view into our view controller. Delegate, and let's say basically like that, and then just early return. Else, if it's given, then we can for sure know, hey, we can call exercise finished. So now, yes, it has to be self. Now, whenever this one ends, right, whenever the seconds end, and we have to get set, it will call fire this function. And we can go to our VC, we can actually run it and already see, hey, everything works so far. Save at, I'm getting lazy here. I should do a mockup function and then start 5 seconds. Look at the console down there. It should fire the is not assigned. Delegate current exercise delegate was not assigned because we went to 0. We wanted to fire the function, but we haven't assigned a delegate, and it will tell us that. We can go to current this one. We can say, hey, current exercise view, your delegate, we are your delegate. But this was not possible because we are not of type current exercise delegate because we are not conforming to it, which we will do now. So extension running workout, we are conforming to this delegate so we can assign ourselves as a delegate, conforming to this protocol so we can assign ourselves as a delegate to our current view, which then also requires us to actually implement this function. By that, our view will have a delegate and will also know I can fire this function, which is on this delegate, which is this class here, which also implements the exercise finished. And what we can do here is we can just say dismiss true with no completion, just for fun so we can see it happen. So what we want to happen right now is exercise runs 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and then dismisses the workout view. And then we're back to our list. So let's see. We're adding our home workout. Save. Adding our push-up. And 15 seconds. Save. Now we are starting our push-ups. 14, 13, 12. And it should dismiss itself. Goodbye. There we go. Back to our list. Workout finished. We could start it again even. Just for fun. Let's see. 5 seconds because it's too long elsewise. But okay. So now we can work with this. Now we can say, hey, what do we want to have? What do we want to happen once the exercise is done? Well, actually, we want to know, hey, are we at our last exercise? Or was it? Was it our last exercise? If yes, dismiss. Do we have a next exercise? If yes, start the next one. Basically, if we have multiple exercises here, which also includes the pauses, we want to grab the next one and put it into the running exercise view and say, hey, kick off the next one. It will kick it off. When it's finished, it will tell the V controller, hey, I'm finished. And the V controller will check, hey, do we have a next one? Grab it, kick it off again. And then it will fire back, right? This is like a game, like bouncing balls back and forth until we in the V controller can say, hey, this was actually our last exercise. Thank you. Let's dismiss the view. We're done here. This is what we're going for. And we have basically prepared the foundation for it. Now, what I want to figure out is, let's just do that one, not yet. What do we have? We have multiple exercises, right? Exercise list response. It's just one exercise in the beginning. So we should know about the current exercise state, and I think we have the current exercise point here. We started using that, or at least, keep track of that. Packs exercise to current exercise view, trigger exercise view to countdown, increment current exercise point, reload table. Yeah, so kick off workout, which means, so we are in the setup view. Setup view will set current exercise view. And then current exercise view, that's what we just fixed. So we just set it up. And once it appeared, then we say kick off, right? if the count, oh, that's interesting. If the count is equal to x, it can never be 0. I don't know why I did that check here. We're making sure it cannot be 0. So what we could do is, since we're kicking off, because this one is right now we're accessing an index 0 of a list, like kind of assuming it's there. We're not handling the case, what if it's not there? Yes, we handled previously right here when we press the start button, hey, we're making the check, right? But what if this workout view is used somewhere else at some point and I don't think of, hey, there has to be a check before I kick off the workout? Then I'm screwed, because it will just crash with an index out of bound error, fatal. So I would rather say first and then say exercise list, like require it. That's why God let list and then first else and then just return. Basically also let me know what went wrong and then return. And then with that we can say this is a model. First model. And here x exercise list was empty because it has had no first element. This is taken care of. Now this will always work when there is something in the list, else it will just let us know what happened, what went wrong. We could even dismiss the view if you want to. But let's just not do that. I don't see the necessity for that. Okay. So we have the response, we have that, and then we're passing the exercise into the current exercise view. That's what we do with the set. Trigger exercise view to countdown. That's what we do with set too, I think. Once we're setting it, we're also, let's go in here. Pity that Xcode is still super slow in resolving that, although we just updated to the latest version, which comes with lots of improvements, but not that one, unfortunately, just yet. So once we call set, it will kick off the countdown. So that's included in that, which is convenient because then we just always have to set. So that's taken care of. Increment the current exercise point. Yes. So what we want to do is, we want to increment the current exercise point is 1. This will just be called once. So let's do that. Reload table. Do we have to reload the table? So then what will be done here? So if the count is equal, which is 1, then return cell. Because then there is no next, right? So this will be the last thing. Makes kind of sense, okay. Else we know we have current exercise point as an index in the list, so we can safely access it this way. And set the exercise cell so we can see it underneath the current exercise view, and then return that. Okay, yes. So table view, we didn't name a table view, did we? Next exercise table view. we just say reload data. We could also, because that's the most easiest way to just reload the data. It's no animations included, nothing really smooth or nice looking. Instead, what we could have done as well is just like call functions remove a certain cell from an index at a section in a section, and then also add another one and all that, which will require just like 5 or 6 more lines of code, and will make kind of a smooth remove and add stuff. But I think this is MVP good enough. That is that. So once we reload, we go to the next exercise. And what is our last exercise? So if basically if exercise list count is equal to exercise current exercise point, dismiss true, we could just say print and then say workout completed. For now, we could also say we call an alert on the root view controller on, yeah, let's see, to just let you know, oh, by the way, you finished the workout, great. Just that. So if that's equal, dismiss. If not, then let's see, exercise finished right at this point. One sec, so we added the exercise and we incremented the exercise current. So then now we can do the check first. And if it's not, we want to access next exercise is equal to exercise list current exercise point. And we want to say current exercise view set response, current exercise response from model. That's so convenient that I wrote this, so I don't have to instantiate this struct based from these model properties just to conform to the architecture. So we have our response that we want to pass into here. So we do that. So by that, we also kick off everything. And then we say current exercise point is plus equal 1. This is what we want to do. So let's test it. Let's test if by one exercise it gets dismissed, by 2 exercises we actually go to the next exercise and we see it, and after that it gets dismissed too. There's lots of things that can go wrong here if I didn't consider stuff. So save it, go into it, do some push-ups, seconds, just 5, save it, start it. So push-ups, is this gonna be our last? Rash. Index out of range. But why? Because our exercise list count is 1. Current exercise point should be 1. At this point, we are crashing right there. Do we have access to our variables? Yes, let's see. One sec. So let's see. I think I'm gonna go to bed. Have a great rest of your stream, Martin. Jake, hey, thank you so much. Have a good night, and thanks for hanging out. Stay home. Stay healthy. Let's have a look at our self properties, what we are having. It is 1, and then exercise list is 1. Oh, we didn't return here. So we're still running into it. Okay. But wait a second. Yes, it makes sense. Right, because it's 1 and it's out of index because we have only the index 0. Okay. Save, add, and say push-ups for 5 seconds. Save, start. Dismissed, workout completed. That worked. Now let's add another workout. Let's add a pause. I didn't try how pause will work, but it should work similarly. Save, start. Oh, look at this. The next thing is nothing because 2, 1. That's interesting. It was just 5-2, wasn't it? So let's see, we edit this one, we make it an exercise. Pull-ups this time. Let's just make it let's make it 10 so we see this back. So push-ups and pull-up. So we see pull-ups is next. That's already cool that it works this way. Now pull-ups should be right. We have to reload the table right here. Table current next exercise table view reload table load data. So based on that, we will see a cell. I wonder if we are inside here, you know? Basically just a warning, returning empty cell. Just so we know when we are at our last exercise that we're returning an empty cell for the next thing. So we could also do a different approach, but let's see, let's do it again. So push-ups 5 and pull-ups 10 and start. For the next is pull-ups, and afterwards returning empty cell, which is still pull-ups, which I think makes sense because it's still the exercise cell. Sorta. Yeah, it's still the exercise cell. So what we want to do here is trying to think whether we want to work differently with it, where we have maintain a list of exercises and we're always removing from the top of it until we reach the end, and we always just play the first element of it in the table. But okay, we will fix that. So let's just do, not in this stream because we will slowly end it. We have been streaming for an hour. I'll just do it to do this returns the previous cell information. Fix it. That's a to-do for next time, but what we already did is, which is good, it kind of works that we have the current exercise and then the next one is shown, and then, but there's still the bug with the seconds, so when we set it, there's something to be current exercise view to be fixed as well. Kickoff countdown. The resolving progress to 0, timer scheduled by 1, and yeah, we will fix that. Oh, past seconds. Past seconds has to be set to 0 when we set it. That's the thing. That's the issue. Kickoff countdown. Whenever this one gets exactly, this is set to 0, but past seconds as well. 0. Basically reset the view. To do, put this into on function, reset view, like that. Okay, we can just for sure test it once again, so we see that we have the correct seconds displayed for both workouts. Home workout, save, go into it, say bicycles for 5 seconds, and then afterwards push-ups for 10 seconds, and then afterwards legs down, hold for 30 seconds, save, start the workout. We have bicycles, just 5 seconds, afterwards should be 10 seconds push-ups, 10 seconds push-ups, and then legs down, hold for 30 seconds. And there we go. And then legs down, hold, the last cell will be returned. We will fix that in next stream. But traveling as an app programmer, yeah, you can do that. If you work remote, you can work from everywhere. That's what I'm doing right now too. Anyway, thank you so much everybody that you joined the live stream. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Just a chilling afternoon to chill together and code along. I think we also came a good step forward. I'm looking forward to implement or fix the small things here and there to make it work properly. So yeah, have a good night, have a good day. I hope I see you in the next stream. I will do some lead code, apply for a job, and then spend some time with my pretty. Good night, see you on Instagram in the DMs, and hopefully in the next stream.